at least you have might seen E2 class also, right? So have you watched Manoj? No. You Rohit? You? No. So to recap, yesterday we did with art and culture, right? And also world geography, not history. Okay, so already Vilas sir did world geography, right? So about 50 to 60% he already completed world geography. Okay, so now we are going to see this micro listing of topics of this geography part. So I am going to continue with Indian geography. And if students, if you are preparing for your other competitive examinations like CAPF or any other, so you will be getting bunch of questions from this Indian geography. And you have to know exactly what to read and what not to read from Indian geography. And one more thing I want to say is, so how many of you started reading standard books? No? Standard books? Okay, sure. Okay. Okay, so how many of you started reading standard books? No idea? No? Actually for geography, only NCERT is more than enough from 6th to 12th class. But whenever you're reading, you will read NCERTs and also standard books, right? So whenever you're starting any book, so don't read from first page to last page. So read selectively. So take the syllabus copy. I gave you syllabus copy, right, everyone? So pick out the topic in that syllabus copy and read that. So in that way you have to complete your reading based on the syllabus. So it is not like you have to read from first page to last page. Because most of the books, they are not specially prepared for UPSC. So even other courses people, they will be also reading that same books. It is according to their syllabus. Okay. So when you are reading any book, so pick out the topic from your syllabus, and I will be also giving you the micro listing of topics for you after once my classes is done. And based on that, you can pick the topics and you can read according to that. And when you are reading, so try to ensure that you are covering all these micro topics also, so that you can clear this examination very easily, or else you can't. Because sometimes these parts you can miss while you are reading. So that's what I am taking enough time for explaining which micro topics are there in the syllabus. Okay, so in Indian geography, so how many of you have idea about at least our India? How many of you have idea? Like what are the features, geographical boundaries? Any idea, Hema? Yes, Himalayas. So what exactly which comes into your mind when I am talking about Indian geography? If I am asking what is Indian geography, so which are the features that will come into your mind? Tell me fast. Rivers, yeah, plateaus, mountains, deserts, Western Ghats, okay, Eastern Ghats, next, Aravallis, okay. You have little bit idea, everyone, right? So first we have to start our Indian geography with this physiography. Okay, so in this physiography, you have to know first where exactly India is located. So you might have studied latitudes and longitudes in world geography, right? Sir explained about northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. You have to see which longitudes and which latitudes in which exactly India is located, India is situated. Because if you are writing any other competitive examination, the first question is that only. Okay, and one more thing is 22.5 degrees. Tropic of Cancer will be directly passing to our India. And there you may get question like which of the states through which this Tropic of Cancer is passing through. And even whenever you are reading world geography, you have to see this important latitudes and longitudes where they are passing. For example, 0 degrees which is our equator. Next one is Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. We have Antarctic Circle, we have Arctic Circle. So through which countries, so these latitudes are passing on. Okay, so already in 2022 also there was one question, and you may get this type of questions not only in UPSC but even any other examination. Yes, you have to know those important latitudes and longitudes where they are passing. Clear? And especially from India, you have to see this 22.5 degree, that is Tropic of Cancer, through which state it is passing through, and even 82.5 degree east longitudes, because it is our Indian Standard Time. Clear? And next one is you have to see states and union territories. So how many states are there? How many union territories are there? And whenever you are reading this states, I strictly want you to use atlas. Okay? Here India is sharing boundary with how many countries? Yeah, which are those? Pakistan. Okay, it is easy. So now tell me, which states are sharing boundary with Bangladesh? West Bengal, Assam. Okay, tell me which states are sharing boundary with Nepal? Next. Confused? So which states are sharing boundary with Pakistan? It's easy. Yeah, Gujarat, Rajasthan. Yeah, very good. So which states are sharing boundary with Myanmar? Okay, one question I want to ask, how many of you know about exactly locations of northeastern states? Northeastern states, how many of you know the location? Yes or no? So your work today is, how many of you have atlas? You have, you have. Everyone have atlas. Manoj, Rohit, you have, right? No? You have to get atlas. Without atlas, you can't crack UPSC. So first, your work is, you have to by heart or draw the map, and you have to know exactly the locations of these states. Why? Because again, you can get one question. So they will give you two places. For example, Chandigarh to Hyderabad, I have to move. So through which states you can move, and which is the shortest distance? Okay, are you getting the point? I am explaining these things because I want to let you know how questions are asking. So in that way you have to prepare. Yes or no? So they will be giving some two places, and they will ask through how many states we can move, which is the shortest route. Okay, or else they will be giving you the states list, and they will ask through which route we can reach that so and so place. So here you have to see even important places in that so and so state, at least cities. Clear? So this is the one thing you have to see. And next, after this, you have to see our physiographic subunits. So here you know about Himalayas. So first one. So whenever you are reading Himalayas, you should not read only location where they are present. I will give you dimensions. The first one is, you have to see through which states this Himalayas are passing through. And here they can again frame one more question. Consider the following states, through which states Himalayas are passing. So here they may not give directly Himalayas, they may give Trans-Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas and Sivaliks. Again they want to make the question little bit tough. Are you getting these points? So in this way you have to prepare. And next you have to see divisions. So in this divisions of Himalayas, we have to see latitudinal division and longitudinal division again. Okay, lateral means we have Trans-Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, and here we have Sivaliks, like that. And longitudinal means division, Punjab Himalayas, Nepal Himalayas, Komun Himalayas, like that. So you have to see both longitudinal and latitudinal extent of this Himalayas. And not only this, yes, have you gone through previous questions, anyone? No? Yes? Yes or no? If yes, nod like this. If no, nod like this. Tell me. Yes or no? No? Yes or no? Yes. So do you know about this rhododendrons? Rhododendrons. They belongs to family of orchids. So we can see extensively these rhododendrons in Himalayas. So there was one question regarding this rhododendrons, in which areas or in which states we have those. So if you know the states where this Himalayas are passing through, you can easily answer that question. because you are present in this Himalayan states only. Clear? Or understanding? So next important thing you have to see is fauna and flora. So this fauna and flora actually belongs to our topic of natural vegetation, but you can have a little bit idea about that because snow leopards you are seen here, and recently snow leopard census had been released. Okay, so that whenever you are reading current affairs, you can easily connect with that. I will be letting you know that also. Okay, so this is about Himalayas, and even you have to see which rivers had been originated, because in our drainage system we will be studying Himalayan river system and Peninsular river system. So which are the rivers which originated from Himalayas comes under this Himalayan river system, and Himalayan river system is very important now. And even, do you know about pollution of rivers? Anyone? So most of the rivers in India, they are polluted. Okay, and do you know about this Clean Ganga river program, Navami Ganga? Yeah. So here you have to see like what are the programs came up by the government which are addressing this problem of pollution of rivers. That is also very important. So whenever you are reading, so try to interconnect the other areas also. Should not read only Himalayas like that. So I am reading only Himalayas, I have to focus on only Trans Himalayas, that Himalayas and longitudinal Himalayas, significance like that. It is not like you have to build a boundary. It is not like, because environment and ecology is interconnected with geography and even disaster management. Okay? Yeah, so this is about our Himalayas, and next one is northern plains. So where these northern plains are seen? Plains. So what is the meaning of plain? At least tell me. Plains? Yeah, flat area. Yeah, so types of plains, sir said, right? How many types of plains? Are you getting bored to students, last two students? No, right? Because already we done with history, and yesterday itself I started geography, and I will be completing Indian geography and society today, and I will be sharing you links of that classes. Okay, so please meet me after this class. Yes, tell me. How many types of plains? Are you revising the topics or not? When did you study last about the plains? Tell me, Monica. You are absent. Very good reason. Next, Hema. Manoj, when did you study last? On that day. But what happened these days? You, Rohit? You? I forgot your name. Venkat. Okay. You? You also Venkat, right? Venkatesh. Okay. Okay, you are a new student. Okay, in these plains, at least tell me how these plains are formed. Rivers. Erosional. Yes, erosional deposition of rivers, they form these plains. So can you tell me any alternative or other names of northern plains in India? I am asking about the name of this northern plains only. So have you heard about this Indo-Gangetic plains? Indo-Gangetic plains, Great Plains. So these are the alternative names or other names of these northern plains in India. So tell me exactly where they are located in India. Northern plains location. Come on. You have read, I think so. Come on, tell me where these northern plains are located. No? You, Venkatesh? Monica? Hema? So whenever you are reading geography, there is some interconnection. So don't miss that interconnection. So tell me where these Himalayas are located. East. Wow, very good. Do you know at least directions? North. In the north we have Himalayas. So these are very lofty Himalayas. Okay. So how these plains are formed, at least some idea you might be having, right? So what is that idea? Come on, explain. Come on, tell me. For example, these are Himalayan rivers, right? These are Himalayan rivers. So as you said, it is because of erosion, it is causing deposition somewhere, right? So these rivers, they are causing erosion there and they are depositing the sediments somewhere here. So this is exactly location of our northern plains. Clear? So here we have northern plains. It is also called as Indo-Gangetic Plain and as well as Great Plains of India. So they are very important. So because of that Great Plains only, now we are having food security because they are very fertile. So whenever any deposition which is caused by the rivers, so they will be having alluvial soil. So that is very fertile, that will be having rich agricultural productivity. Clear? So this is the northern plains. And here also we have different features. Babbar plains, Tarai plains, Bangar plains and Kadar plains. So you have to know exactly what is the difference. Okay, so I will explain you that concepts also. For example, this is Himalayas and from here rivers, they are moving like this. So they cause what? Erosion. So erosion of what? Mountains. So in that erosion we will be having big boulders and we have small boulders. Yes or no? We have some big piece of rocks and we have small pieces of rocks. So these pieces will be carried away by this moving water because moving water will be having kinetic energy, right? So energy which is possessed by a moving body is called as kinetic energy, and energy which is possessed by a static body which is not moving is called as potential energy. And kinetic energy is nothing but this moving water is having that energy. That energy is carrying away the sediments from one place to another place. Okay, for example, this is river which is moving and it is carrying the sediments. So which particles will be deposited first? Big particles or small particles? Small? Tell me, come on. Science. Which? Okay, so I am asking you to carry big load of stones and I am asking you to carry small bag of some beans. So which will you carry to the long period? Small, right? So in the same way, so whenever this river which is moving, so it is depositing this big boulders first and later on small particles will be deposited. So based on this deposition of big particles and small particles, so these plains will be divided. Bangar plains, Kadar plains, okay, Terai region and alluvial region. Clear? Understood? So that is the thing that you have to see and there will be lots of diagrams, so sir will be explaining that clearly. And next one is whenever you are reading this physiological subunits or physiological divisions, you have to know significance. So from that significance you can get question. Already you had wrote about questions of significance of plains, mountains, right? So in the same way you have to know about significance of Himalayas from India point of view because it is from Indian geography. Next one is northern plains, plateaus, desert, etc. And after this plains we will be studying plateau. So what is this plateau? Yeah, flat elevated compared to that of plains. So where is this plateau is present in India? So tell me here, at least in this map. Southern part. Only southern part? Yeah, Chotanagpur plateau, very good. Next, come on. Try. At least you are saying wrong also, you have to talk something. Because my classes will be interactive classes. Yes, tell me. Come on, at least something you might have studied in your school days. So bring it back. Plateaus, Deccan Plateau, very good. Next, Chotanagpur, Malwa Plateau, Malda. Next, Meghalaya Plateau. So you should remember that plateaus means not only in southern part, but even the central India also we have some plateaus, and even in Meghalaya also we have plateau. But this central India and this northeastern plateau had been divided with one gap. That gap is called as Malda gap. Okay, Malda gap. And this is one important prelims bit. Clear? Okay, so you should not think only this plateau is present in the southern part, but even central India we have, and even in the northeastern part also we have. Clear? Are you getting bored? No, right? You are knowing about our India. So you should be very active. Yeah, next one is Thar Desert. So how many of you know about this desert? Where it is located? Very good. Okay, so we have Thar Desert here in this Rajasthan. Okay, so tell me about what is the meaning of desert. Yeah? I am asking about meaning of desert. I am not asking about Aravalli range at all. Tell me now. What is this meaning of desert? Only sand? No? Rainfall. Okay, less rainfall. Less vegetation. Next, what you'll find in desert? You studied this Aeolian landforms, right? Aeolian landforms. Yeah, tell me now. So what is desert? Desert. Come on. What is a desert? So tell me at least features of desert. So what you'll find? Yeah, sand. Okay, so I'll write here one by one. So please tell me what are the features of desert. First one is sand. Okay, next. Yeah? Yes, very good. High temperature. Yes, less rainfall. Yes, less vegetation. So which kind of plants you can see there? Yeah, cactus. Next. Next. Cactus? Only cactus? Less population. I'm not asking about population. Keep it aside. So just tell me like what are the geographical conditions? Yes. So plants which are present in these deserts? Yeah, shrubs. So what are the adaptations they have? Adaptations. Anyone from biology, BPC background here? You are right? Yeah, tell me what are the adaptations of desert plants? So what specialty you can see in this cactus? So cactus will be like this, right? So they will be having thorns. You know about this opuntia, it is like this, opuntia. So in this part, which is the leaves and which is the stem? Actually this part is stem. So the leaves are adapted into thorns. Why? Because already they are present in area which is having very less amount of water. So they have to store certain amount of water. So even if you are if you're piercing this, water will be coming out. And even they have thick waxy coating. Why? Because they have to prevent transpiration, that is evaporation of water, right? So here again you have to know the vegetation, flora, and which animals you can see there. Only camel? Snakes, next, especially reptiles, and we can see camels there. Okay, you have to see again flora and fauna in this desert. And next question is, only if there is high temperature and less rainfall, can we call it as desert or any other features? So tell me at least types of deserts, only hot deserts or whether there are any cold deserts? Yes. So you should not think that deserts means only hot deserts, but even we have cold desert. So in India, which is a cold desert? Himalaya is a mountain, not a desert. Just tell me, which is a cold desert in India? Ladakh? Ladakh is a cold desert. So here while reading your deserts here, again you have to see cold desert and hot desert. So hot desert is our Thar desert and cold desert will be in Ladakh region. Clear? Are you understanding the things? Yes, next one is coastal plains. So what is this coastal plains? So we have already grade plains here. So grade plains is different from this coastal plains. So if you see here, here we have plateau region, right? Here we have Western Ghats and here we have Eastern Ghats. So here this coastline. So from the coast till this Western Ghats, what are the plains are there? We are calling it as West Coastal Plains. And again here we have divisions, Coromandel Plains, Utkal Coast, like that. Goa coast, that is Kathiawar coast, Gujarat coast. So based on the state we have the different names. And here from this Eastern Ghats till this eastern coast we have this Eastern Coastal Plains. Okay. And actually if you compare this Eastern Coastal Plain and Western Coastal Plain, so which is having the high width, more width? Eastern coast. And you have to see like even which is the submergent coast and which is the emergent coast. So based on that we can study about the ports which are present here. Okay, natural ports and artificial ports, it is very important. So tell me, in which side, western side or eastern side, we have natural port? Eastern side, western side. In the western side we have natural ports and eastern side we have artificial ports. Okay, so that concept will be dealt clearly by our sir. And next one is you have to see islands. So tell me about islands of India. So how many are there? Only that much? Yeah? Yeah? I didn't get you. Please say aloud. Lakshadweep Islands, Andaman and Nicobar. So apart from that, any more islands India is having? Okay, Moor Island. Yeah, next. So across this coast, we have many small islands. You have to read everything. Okay. So not Lakshadweep is present here, Andaman and Nicobar is present here. One is in West, Bay of Bengal and one is in Arabian Sea. Apart from that, we are having many islands. Okay, you have to focus on that and sir will be showing that clearly. Okay. So this is about just one chapter, that is physiography of India. So here what you understood, you have to maintain maps for everything. You have to start Indian geography with maps. So without maps you can't read geography at all. So always carry political maps and just India outline maps with you every day whenever there is geography class, and try to make the notes. And even while you are reading NCERT also you have to make note of the important areas which are given in your lessons. Clear? Yeah, so we are done with finally one chapter. And next is drainage system. Second topic is drainage system. So in this drainage system we have different types of drainage system. Okay, like trellis drainage system, radial drainage system, centripetal, centrifugal. Do you have this idea? It is nothing but drainage is nothing but we have one main river normally, and to this there will be some tributaries will be joining. So in which pattern they are joining, based on that we have different types. So it is like tree, so it is tree drainage system. Okay, for example here we have one lake, so here rivers are coming and joining this lake like this, it is called as centripetal. For example, if there is any mountain here, so this is the origin of so this place is the origin of many rivers. For example, rivers are coming like this, it is called as radial system. Clear? So we have many types of drainage system, so you have to know exactly difference, because from this area you can get prelims question. Already earlier UPSC asked question from this area. Clear? Any more doubts? Online students, any more doubts? And next again this drainage system is divided into two types, as I said, Himalayan, and next one is peninsular. So can you tell me which are the rivers you will be studying under this Himalayan river system? Yeah, Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra. So here what you have to see, so you have to make the diagrams here. So first one is you have to know name of river. For example, you are studying Indus, and every year there will be no question paper without question on this drainage system. Either it may be Himalayan or Peninsula, at least 2 questions you can get. So you have to see the name of the river and you have to see tributaries. And next one is in these tributaries, for example, river it is moving like this. Okay, it is a direction of river. So tributaries are coming in this direction. So this will be the right bank rivers and this will be the left bank. Okay, you have to know the direction of rivers from where they are coming and joining, because you have to know like right bank and left bank, and they will ask you a question like consider the following rivers, which of the following are right bank rivers, which of the following are left bank rivers. So if you have to answer that means you have to know the tributaries, exactly the map. Clear? Because for example, if you are talking about Indus, so you might be studying same tributaries. You know that these tributaries are exactly of Indus, but the tricky will be you have to identify which is the right bank and which is the left bank. Clear? So this will be the tricky part. And next one is, one more type of question you can expect is where they are joining. For example, this is one tributary This is joining river Indus at which place? Okay, confluence, the first type. And the next type of question is, through which state so and so tributary of Indus is passing through? Again, it is much more tricky. Clear? Understanding? So you have to maintain the maps, especially in your A4 size paper, draws the states, and you have to show at least the tributaries where they are originated, the origination place, and where they are joining, and joining place is called. And one more thing here is, nowadays in other examinations, questions are like, under this which bank of river, which pilgrimage center is there? Because government is taking lot of steps for development of Chardham project. So these Chardham, that is Badrinath, Yamunotri, Gangotri, they are present along this river system only. So in banks of which river, which pilgrimage center is there? And one more area is, on the banks of which river, which city is there? Cities and the banks. Clear? Why? Because of this urbanization only, there is increasing of pollution of rivers is happening, because of releasing of waste directly into the river without treatment, everything. So here you have to know cities also, because if we control that cities, we can control that pollution to at least some extent. It is the idea. Getting the points, like how to read this drainage system? You understanding? Am I going fast? No, right? Okay, so that is the thing that you have to see. And same for peninsular rivers, but again in this peninsular river, you have to do some extra work, because there are many, small, big, there will be many, and here you have to divide them into east flowing and west flowing. Okay, if you draw the map here, this is a peninsular part, some will be flowing towards west and they will be joining Arabian Sea, some will be flowing towards east and they will be joining Bay of Bengal. And you have to identify clearly which are the east flowing and which are the west flowing. You can get simple question like, consider the following rivers which are joining Bay of Bengal, which are joining Arabian Sea, or else they will directly ask which are the west flowing rivers and which are east flowing rivers. Clear? And again the same thing, tributaries and through which states you are passing and their origination. And one more area you have to focus is dams. So last time they asked about dam on Tungabhadra river, 2022 question. Okay, so you have to see which river, which tributary, on which tributary or which river we have which dam. Okay, understanding? Are you feeling that geography is heavy now? No? No, right? Okay. And next one is climate. Third chapter is climate. So you will be studying about climatic zones in your world history. Just you will be applying monsoon type of climate in India, that's it. We are not going to read different things, but just you will be seeing like seasons and monsoons and theories of these monsoons. There are 4 theories of monsoons, you will be reading that. And in the monsoons, very important concepts is El Nino and La Nina. Every time if you read newspaper, at least per year, you can see 20 to 30 times this El Nino and La Nina concept. Okay, you have to focus on that, what is El Nino and what is La Nina, and especially you have to focus on what are the important factors influencing this monsoon, because monsoon is very important for India. So if you are not getting monsoon means we will be facing food insecurity, because most of our agriculture is based on rainfall still now in this 21st century also, right? So because of this, if there is any thing which is wrong with monsoon means it is affecting each and every person in our country. So you have to be focusing on this monsoon, especially El Nino and La Nina. And next one is very interesting topic, that is soils. So if you understand the concept, there is no need of reading or remembering the soils where they are present. Okay, for example, so here we have Himalayas. So here we have rivers. So in these areas we have alluvial soil. So here we have sand, that is Thar desert, we have sandy soil here. And normally in the Deccan Plateau, so here we have black cotton soils. Okay, so like that you can easily understand if you know the characteristics of the soils, like red soil, black soil and laterite soils, alluvial soil, sandy soil. So if you know just characteristics, And if you are applying them, you can easily prepare your own map of soils where they are located. There will be no problem. Clear? And here in the soil, you have to know about different types of soils, whether they are acidic soils or basic soils. And in these soils, I will give you things, okay. So I will tell you like how questions will be asked. Only in these 5 areas only the questions will be asked if you are preparing for any central government examination. So which are those 5 areas are? First one is soils and their location. Okay, so if you want you can make a note of this, soils and location. And next one is soil and their characteristics. Soil and their characteristics, like red soil having which types of characters, like high amount of lime, potassium, humus, like that. In which soil we have high nitrogen, high potash level, potassium, like that, they will ask something. And next one is soils and vegetation. In which soil which crop is grown? For example, cotton is grown in black cotton soil. And which type of other crops can be grown in red soil, red soil, like that, they will ask one question. And next one is about humus. In which soil humus is high and which soil humus is less. And even you can see like natural vegetation chapter can be connected with soils. Like in which soil which type of forest is seen. Okay, so in these 5 areas only you will be getting question in your exam. It's not more than this. So you can check any years or any central government examination, only these 5 areas. But soils is very important. Clear? Are you getting bored? So faces became dull. Why? Feeling hungry? Yes? No? So why are you not active today? And next one is, now the problem you are facing is soil erosion. So for that you have to know what are the steps can be taken for improvement of soil conservation. Okay, that is the thing. And next one is mangroves. So mangroves is very, very important topic. Okay, apart from corals, in this coastal part or coastal region, we have this mangroves, especially have to know about Sundarbans. Why this is important? Because always now and then cyclones will be originated in Bay of Bengal. So because of the cyclones, so there will be impact on our mangroves. Okay, so for that government also took one project of protection of these mangroves. And next one is population. So in this, whatever the things that we studied in our yesterday's class, like population census and demographic transition theory, Malthusian theory, that you will be applying in Indian context. But here you will be adding some more areas like what is birth rate, what is death rate, what is mortality, what is natality, or what is literacy rate. Okay, so literacy rate in India and sex ratio, old age population, age pyramids. Okay, so this will be something extra that you will be studying from Indian context point of view. And next one will be settlements and urbanization. You will be applying whatever you studied there directly here, especially in the rural India. And next one is urbanization. So this topic is very important now, urbanization. So especially you have to see what are the reasons for urbanization. So now the new problem here is expansion of slums. Okay, that too unplanned expansion. So because of this, have you observed recently there were some rains in Hyderabad? So because of that, what happened? So roads become rivers. Yes or no? So this problem you can observe every year in Hyderabad. Not only here but even Chennai, Bangalore, etc. because of unplanned urbanization. So I want to give you one case study. So if you are MCD chairman, so what you will do? How you can address this? So like that also you will be getting ethics based case study. So in ethics you will be having case studies, right? I already said about what you will get in ethics, everything. So in case studies, whatever there in news, that they will create one situation, they will give you. So they want to analyze your attitude there, how you are going to solve the problems. For example, recently I studied one news like one SC woman, she is not allowed into temple on Mahashivratri or like any other festival occasion. So in that case study, you will be getting like, you will be giving a scenario, your district, my district, in that so and so district, you observe that higher caste people, they are not allowing this ST people or SC people to enter into temples. So higher authorities are bringing pressure on you. So how can you solve the situation? So what are the options that you have? Like what you can do? What is the course of action? How can you bring the change in the society? Like that you will be getting case study. And one more case study I can give you right now is, do you know about this midday meals program in schools? In government schools will be providing food for children. So unfortunately what happened is, in one village, in one rural area, so SC woman, she is cooking food in that so and so government school, but higher caste people, they are not allowing their children to have that food. And later on what happened, so one higher authority who is government official, she went there and she had the food. The next day news. Okay, so that this type of the things, when you are observing the news, you have to keenly think about that, so because these are the problems of our society. So these problems, they started from Vedic period, not now, but still they are going on. So as a civil servant, how you are going to bring the changes, that matters a lot. So that way you have to think. Okay, so once I start newspaper analyzing, and then I will let you know which articles you have to see and how you have to read. So that is my responsibility. Clear? Are you understanding the things? Yeah. And next one is minerals. So minerals are very, very important, because now we are going for mining, especially illegal mining is going on. So, and even this year we have critical minerals which are seen highly in news. So you have to see what are the minerals and what are the uses of minerals, and classification. In classification we have metallic and non-metallic, and you have to know examples, and you have to use map, and you have to point out in which locations which mines are located in India. Clear? And this mines, if you know this, then you can easily identify. If there is availability of mines, then only we will be having industries. So this industries and minerals chapters, they are interconnected. Clear? So here you can read about manganese. And have you gone through this TSPSC Group 1 examination which happened on 9th, on Sunday? Have you gone through? So there was question regarding this manganese, because in Telangana we have this manganese. Okay, so based on that you will be getting questions, that's what. Okay, and next one is energy. So in this energy you will be having renewable energy sources, non-renewable energy sources. So can you tell me which are the renewable energy sources that we have? Solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, tidal energy. So do you know about target of India? So how much we have to produce this renewable energy and year? So India's target is to generate 500 gigawatts, and the target year is 2030. So whether it is possible, is it possible? Yes, how? How? So whatever you say, there will be written one more question that follows, tell me. So how can we achieve this, Manoj? Yeah, if temperature increases, can we produce this? We need lots of funds to develop those infrastructure, right? Okay, who will provide subsidy? You? Okay, so can you name any scheme? Yeah, Surya. Next, tell me. Very good, you are following news. Come on, tell me, how can we achieve this target of generating 500 gigawatts of renewable energy by 2030? So at least tell me what are the challenges to achieve this target? Yes, cost, infrastructure. Come on, Venkatesh, you have to think. Yes, very good. Next. Come on, think and tell me so that you can. Yes, come on. What are the challenges, at least online students? Will you accept there are challenges or not? Yeah, tell me what are the challenges? Fast. So from now onwards, please do one thing. So whenever you are saying something, you need to have something stuff to say, yes, my argument is correct. So this is the thing I want to develop in you. Okay, so tell me, what are the challenges we have, students? Yeah, tell me at least what are the schemes which are providing by the government for developing this project. Online students, please come, tell me. No idea? No idea? So how many of you make notes? How many of you make notes? Okay, let it be. I will let you know like which are the schemes. I will give you the PDF. Okay, so after at least completing of half syllabus. Okay, this is about your energy. Here you have to know about fossil fuels also. That will comes under your non-renewable energy. So can you tell me examples of non-renewable energy? Coal, petroleum, soil. How soil can be used? Soil is not a non-renewable energy. So how can we get energy from soil? So we have coal, we have crude oil. So in that crude oil, if you are going for filtration, we will be getting kerosene, naphthalene, gasoline, okay, petrol, diesel, etc. based on the fractional distillation. Right, you have to know about what are the advantages, disadvantages of renewable energy and non-renewable energy. And next one is, do you know about this atomic energy or nuclear energy? So we are going for developing of nuclear plants. So here you have to know exactly how many nuclear plants are present in India, and especially we are having the new one. So you have to know that also. And next one is why this atomic energy or nuclear energy is important this year, because do you know about this Russia-Ukraine war? Yes, right? So in that Russia-Ukraine war, Russia started attacking this nuclear plant of Ukraine. So because of this, it will be disaster not only for Ukraine but also through entire world. Okay, so from that point of view also, atomic energy is very important, and there are now debates which are going on whether we have to develop this nuclear energy or not. Okay, or else whether we have to move to other renewable energy sources or not. Yeah, that is the thing. And next one is you have to know about agriculture, some basic terminologies like what is agriculture, so which type of patterns we are following, so which type of season and which type of crops. Like we have Rabi, we have Ziyad, we have Kharif, and here you can get simple questions. So which of the following crops can be grown in Kharif? Which of the following are Rabi crops? Which of the following are Ziyad crops? Okay, so here lots and lots of time UPSC asked this question. So it is one of the repeated theme. Okay, next one is you can see about agricultural laborers and as well as marketing of agriculture. So how once farmer is producing that harvest, how he is going to market. So there he will be going to APMC market. There the problem is middleman. So middleman will be eating commission. Okay, so those problems you have to see here. This is a topic of both your economy and geography integrated. Economy sir will be teaching this topic very clearly about land reforms, agriculture marketing, agriculture insurance, agriculture related subsidies, WTO, that he will be covering well. And next one is like you have to know different types of crops we are going, and you have to see which are the suitable geographical conditions for the growing of so and so crop. For example, for wheat we need moderate temperature, not high temperature, and we need rainfall. Okay, but this rainfall should not be there for cotton. Clear? So here you have to know conditions of the growth and how many types of varieties are there and types of cultivation, trade, how we are doing. So everything you have to know from each and every crop that we are growing in India. Because we don't know UPSC where it asks the question. Last time it asked question about coffee, tea, okay, and even rice also many a times UPSC asked question. So you have to know about wheat, rice, maize, barley and other beverages like tea, coffee, cocoa. So do you know about cocoa? How many of you eat chocolates? Dairy Milks? That is made up of this cocoa powder only. So you have to know where exactly it is produced. Especially it is famous from Africa. Actually, I want to say one sad story. So cocoa is largely produced in Africa, but it is exporting that cocoa to America. So America is processing that cocoa into cocoa powder and chocolates, and who will get more income? America. But who is the people working in the fields? Africa. So here you can understand importance of final goods. Clear? So in this way only India got exploited by Britishers. They took the cotton, they took the raw material, and they used industries, and they made final products, and they brought back to India to make the market. So in this way Britishers a lot exploited India. Okay? Yeah, and you have to see about cotton, jute, rubber, sugarcane, iron and steel. And next one is industries. So whenever you are reading these industries, so you have to know the history of industrial development when it was started in India. From that time onwards you have to see the present industries. So there you have to focus on iron and steel industries, textile industries, okay, like engineering goods, shipping, automobile, etc. Everything you have to know. And next chapter here is transport. In transport, do you know any means of transport? Airways, waterways, roadways, railways, apart from that. Apart from that. Yeah, subways, next. Pipelines, yes, next. Now you are using metros. So metros will also come in railways only, okay. Next, ropeways. So new type is ropeways, especially to connect unconnected areas. Now we are using this ropeways. Okay. So any more? Now we are also using drones for transporting medicines in this COVID-19 period. So you have to see the different means of transport, and you have to see the cost also from economy point of view, advantages, disadvantages. So this is also very important. And by this we completed Indian geography. So all these topics that you have to read so that you can complete your Indian geography. So you got one overview, right? Overview of what you are going to read in this Indian geography. Any doubts so far? Are you getting bored? It's already one. Shall I continue with Indian society? Do you have the potential to sit for one more hour? Oh no, I will be taking half an hour only. So will you sit for half an hour so that I can complete my Indian society? So that entire GS1 will be completed. From tomorrow we will start with GS2. So my target is at least by this week I have to complete this micro listing, so that as soon as this is done I will start newspaper, because newspaper is very important, guys. Because 60% of your paper, either it may be prelims, mains or interview, you will be getting questions directly. Shall I start with Indian society? Last two girls. Your names? Your name? Srujana. Srujana. You will be coming from tomorrow, right? Every day. Okay. Okay, so what do you know about Indian society? So how is our Indian society is? You are staying in this society. Tell me something about your society. You are not kids. You are adults. You are matured. So what is Indian society? Okay, tell me at least what are the problems are there in our Indian society? Region? Yeah, religious clashes. Yes, next. Yeah, caste. Yeah, poverty. Okay, educational discrimination. Next. Yeah, corruption. Okay, next. Child labor. Next. Come on, Manoj. Yes, exploitation of humans. Okay, to some extent. Next. Human rights violation. Come on. Schemes. Those are the problems, right? Okay, to solve the problems we have some remedies. I am asking about only problems. Tell me other problems. Rohit, what problems you see in your society, in your area? From King Koti, right? So in King Koti, what are the problems? Water problem. Okay, next. Unemployment. Next. Yeah. Population rise. Okay. Next. Come on, tell me. You have to understand your society. Roads, transportation. Next. Apart from that, major problems. Dowry, domestic violence. Next. Child marriages. Still they are going on in some areas. Next. Gender-based discrimination. Job opportunities. Next. Health problem. Okay. Lack of health access. Come on, tell me. Increased school dropouts. Child labor in hazardous industries. Next. Come on, think. I am giving you the time. Okay, at least tell me what are the positives of society. What you find, some positives. Opportunities. Okay, which opportunities?
Studying opportunities for some people.
Okay.
Jobs.
Okay. So we are connected, we are well connected, we are belonging to different religion, different caste, different language people, but we are staying together. Yes, unity. So one major advantage of Indian society is unity. So what are the reasons for this unity? Have you ever think about this?
Trust.
Okay, for what trust? Okay, let me know, like, who is responsible for this unity? Only central government? Yeah. So who is responsible for unity in our country? Population? Constitution. Okay, very good. Next. Are you getting bored? Loss of energy? Battery low? No, right? Yes, tell me. What are the reasons for our unity? So I am from different region, different caste, different language, but I am mingling with you students every day. So what is the reason? Yes, we are Indians. Okay, next. Come on, think.
Single citizenship.
Okay, single citizenship, very good. Next. Yes, democracy. So what is meaning of democracy? No caste feeling. Is that right? What is democracy? Yeah? Okay, people's government. Next. Come on, tell me. At least tell me what are the positives of our society. Yes, secular society. Next. Identified. Yes, tell me, Manoj, you studied 6th class NCRT, right? Polity, started? Just started. You always say just. Okay, tell me, Rohit, what are the positives of our society? Why you are living in this society? Why you are not leaving to other countries? Society is a country. Okay. You have to develop this type of ideas because you are living in a society. So you have to know what are the positives, what are the negatives of society, and what are the reasons that are binding you together. Because you are not a normal person, right? So you are going to be a civil servant. You have to understand society at the ground level. That's what. So try to do some research on the thing, what is leading to unity and diversity in India. So it is your second work. So first work, what I gave you today? Maps, political map of India, and you have to by heart the states which are sharing boundary with other countries. And the next work is, now you have to do some research regarding which are the factors leading to unity and diversity in India. Clear? This will be your interview question actually. Okay, daily I will be giving you one work. Okay, work on this so that you can improve your thinking power, thought process, everything that will be got changed with these exercises. Okay, so first one is you have to know what is this unity and diversity. And actually you have to know different forms of diversity. Means from the clothing, from the language, from the region, caste. So we have lots and lots of diversity, and even in the worshipping of God. So how many of you worship Lord Shiva? How many of you worship Lord Venkatesh? Okay, how many of you worship Lord Vishnu? Both? Okay. So how many gods are there in India? Yesterday only I said. It is about population of US. Just same God but different names. So here itself I found like different people who have different faith. So you have to know different forms of diversity with examples. This will be your main question, 10 to 15 mark question. Already it had appeared in 2016 I guess. And next one is you have to know what are the reasons for this so much of diversity. So at least tell me how many languages are there in India? Languages. I am not asking scheduled languages, other regional languages also. Google it. Let me know tomorrow how many languages present in India. So what are the reasons for that such a diversity? Actually now the problem is there is diminishing of number of languages. So anyone from tribal groups here? Tribes, you right? So how many of you are speaking the tribal language in your family now? Only old people will be talking, not the new generation. So that what happening here is there is diminishing, the decreasing of number of languages happening. So recently one report had got regarding languages. Okay, so you have to know the recent updated data also. And next one is you have to know what are the bonds of unity in India, the question that I asked. So what are the reasons for unity in diversity in India? And next one is you have to know like institution of pilgrimage also. Why this pilgrimage is very important? So how many of you will be visiting pilgrimage? For example, Tirupati, Srisailam, Kasi. How many of you? Puri. No? At least every week you will be going to temple, right? So why? What is the reason why you go to temples? Only faith? How you will be getting positive energy? How the peace will be there? There will be many people, they will be coming devotees. So how can you find peace there? So tell me what is the reason you will go to this pilgrimage center? So at least say. Will you go? Will you go? Why? What will you do after going to pilgrimage center? Tell me, Hema, why you will be going to pilgrimage center? To offer prayers. Okay. So what you will get if you do prayers? Blessings. Okay. So actually pilgrimage center is very important because that will bring change in the people. That is the one important vehicle of change. To that pilgrimage center, for example, if there is any like anything, what is annual things will be done, no? Like melas, festivals. So if they are getting started means many people from different castes, different regions, different religions, they will be coming into that place. For example, Kumbh Mela. So how many lakhs of people they will be going? So whenever one people who will be coming in contact with another family, they will start gossiping, they will start talking, and because of that culture exchange will happen. So because of that cultural exchange, now there is decreasing of diversity is happening in India. Clear? Understood? So pilgrimages, they are the vehicles of change. Okay. So actually we will be going to temples and we will be getting some positive energy because, do you know this Garbhagriha? Garbhagriha, and before that we have Gajastamba. So in that Gajastamba, so before that what we'll do, they will be adding some Navaratnas, so and so, right? So because of that there will be some positive energy created. So that whenever you are entering into temple, first you will go and you will do prayers to Garbhagriha because you will be getting some positive energy because of that only. Clear? Yeah, next one is you have to know the tradition of independence, and after independence, so what are the changes that we got in our society. Okay, before we got independence, we were under rule of Britishers. So they imposed their own rules and their own laws, and always they thought that Westerns, they are forward compared to that of Indians. They are most evolved, modernized, they are civilized. They don't consider Indians as civilized. Okay, so because of that, they used to make laws on India under this British rule. But after once we got independence, we started making our own rules and laws. We got our constitution. So after that, what are the changes that we had? Clear how it is impacting society now after we got independence. Okay? And at that time, you have to know about what are the challenges of diversity. So for example, we have religionism, regionism, culture, identity. So these are some challenges. Even now also, if you see some areas, some colonies are inhabited by Reddish colony. Okay, some colonies are inhabited by so and so caste people. They will be having their own name. So till now also we are having some regional disparities and cultural identities. So because of that, still manual scavenging is going on. Manual scavenging means taking out the waste on their head. So who will be doing this? That is scheduled caste people. Because of that, in sanitation works, it is causing lots of impact on their health, and there will be lots of deaths every year because of this manual scavenging. So even though government came up with this Manual Scavenging Prevention Act also, but there is no impact because of strong rooted casteism in India. Clear? So how many of you will believe this intercaste marriages? But still we are not allowing this intercaste marriages. So if intercaste marriage is happening, so either boys' parents or girls' parents, they are killing their children. Yes or no? So these are the incidents which happened from last 3 to 5 years, many type of incidents. Okay, so that is the thing. So we have one challenge is casteism. So because of this, intercaste marriages are not encouraged in India. And next one is even linguism, that is language diversity. So even in one state also, for example in Telangana state, regional language is Telugu, but if you move from one district to another district, there is some changing of slang. Okay, so this is also one barrier. And even communalism, social inequalities, regional disparities, and even there is some ethnic conflicts between so and so group. Okay, so these are some important challenges that are causing challenges to our unity in diversity. And next one is you have to know about women movements. So actually women, they were very strong even before we got independence. They are the positive energy of family. So here in this women movements, you have to know about social reform movements led by women, and those movements how they brought the change. So if one woman she is coming out, then only other women they should come out, or else they have to stay inside only. Okay, so here you have to know about women issues from Gandhian era onwards, and after we got independence, what are the women issues, and now still also there is domestic violence against women is happening. So you have to know NCRB data here. And even Uniform Civil Code. So do you know about this Uniform Civil Code, anyone? Recently seen highly news. So why? Yes, Uttarakhand. Actually it is the first state in India, not second. Yes, I will tell you the story. We have Goa and we have Uttarakhand. So actually Goa have this UCC, it is before our independence. Before India's independence itself, this Goa is having this UCC. But after independence, this Uttarakhand is the first state in India to have this UCC. So in our country, we have different religions. Hindus are there, Christians, Islam, Jains, Buddhists, Sikhs, Parsis, etc. So if you're talking about marriages, divorce, etc., they have their own laws. For example, Hindu marriages are guided by Hindu marriage code, Hindu code. Like that, Muslims have their own code. So if, for example, what if a Hindu is marrying Muslim? So which code they have to follow? They have to follow Hindu code or Muslim code? For example, if Christians, they are marrying Muslims, so which code they have to follow? But nowadays there is increased trend of inter-caste, inter-religion marriages. Yes or no? So for that again there is one problem. So here we have to implement this UCC. That means it is the same rules and laws for all religions in our country. Okay, even in our DPSP also it said that we have to come up with UCC. But till now only Uttarakhand is the state which had this UCC very recently. Clear? But Goa it had long back, even before we got our independence. Clear? So you have to know about that. And even you have to know about this feminism, post-feminism concepts. And next one is from social justice, you have to know about this concept of casteism, caste politics. So still, it is a very sad thing that in India caste politics will go on. So based on the caste only, even admissions in the institutions will be also happen based on caste. Okay, so you have to know about this caste and reservation policy, whether we have to continue this debate, this reservation, or we have to eliminate this reservation. So if once, I think now we have Modi 3.0, right? There may be removal of reservation for SCs and STs. So this is one proposal. So we have to wait and see whether this reservation is removed or not. And next one is social justice and social development concepts you have to see. And next one is especially you have to focus on social security in India. So economist sir, whether he discussed about organized and unorganized sector today? No? Okay, I will tell you. So in India, about 90% of people, they are working in informal sector. So informal sector is also called as unorganized sector. So people who are working in this, they will be not having any social security benefits, like they will be not having paid leave, they will be not having health insurance, okay, like that they will be not having much arrangements, okay, which will be provided by that so and so organization. So here now we are saying that social security is very important, and most of the people, they have to convert into organized sector or formal sector. Okay, so if the people who are not getting this formalization, then there is a need of universal basic income, okay, or universal health coverage. That is the thing which mainly said, which is recently news. And next one is you have to know about poverty. So what is poverty, definition of poverty. And one more thing is, whenever you are writing any definition, for example unemployment or poverty or anything, try to write standard authenticated definition. Authenticated means according to World Bank, according to IMF, okay, according to IMF or World Economic Forum, WEF. So like that, whenever you are writing definitions, it should be authenticated, okay. You should not write simply about that. You should say according to so and so organization. So this is the definition which is given by that, okay. And here you have to know about what is the linkage between poverty and development. So this is very important area you have to focus. So we got independence in 1947. From that time onwards, we are saying India is a developing country. So when we can say India is a developed country? So whether it will happen after this next generation? Why? Because there is a link between poverty and development. So if we are addressing this poverty, then only we can become as a developed country. So here there is interlinkage. You have to know what is interlinkage and how can we address this poverty in India. So for that we have many recommendations, many committees. So you have to know which committees, what are the recommendations they gave, and out of those recommendations whether we implemented anything or not. Clear? And this one is you have to know what are the programs that came up by the government for poverty alleviation, that means to removal of poverty. So this is very important. And this one is globalization. So this globalization is a very favorite area of UPSC, and every year you will be getting 10 marker or 15 marker question. So here you have to know what is globalization, reasons of globalization. So now every country is interconnected. For example, in India we are producing goods and services that may not sufficient. We will be getting some others from other countries. That means we are interconnected. Globalization is nothing but each and every country is connected now. So this is the concept of globalization. So because of interconnectedness, what happens? There will be sharing of culture, Sharing of things, everything will be sharing, right? So here you have to know what is the impact of this globalization. So because of globalization, the dressing style of Indians had been changed, yes or no? And because of that now, there is increased use of technology now. Yes or no? We are also tasting other American foods, for example KFCs, McD. How many of you will go to this MNCs? McD's, McDonald's, KFCs, like that. Okay, next one is because of this globalization, there is also impact on political. For example, India is linked with USA, India is linked with China, India is having some links with Russia, Ukraine, every country. So that is the one thing you have to focus. And even because of globalization, how there is impact on culture, social, and as well as economic points. And even against that, now we are focusing on anti-globalization movements. So what are those anti-globalization movements? Clear or getting the things or getting bored? So I'll be completing, don't worry. And this one is always you have to focus on contemporary issues, means which are in news. For example, secularism, regionalism, communalism. So recently in Manipur, communal violence happened between Metis and Kukis. So because of this, it is threat to our internal security also. So you have to focus on that, and even you have to focus on regionalism. So now there is increased demands for smaller states. For example, Bodoland. Okay, for example, Nagas. Nagas are also fighting for greater Naga limb. So like that, in which areas they are demanding for the smaller states. You have to see that. And next one is you have to know about even socio-economic caste census. Okay, because it is giving lots and lots of data regarding so which caste people and what's the data, so in which occupation they are having, so what is their economical status, everything will be getting the census, and you have to know that data, because whenever you're writing essay, ethics and also your mains answers, it will become very handy. So you have to refer some reports. I will be giving you the list of the reports at last. And next one is gender discrimination. You have to focus, and especially you have to focus on issues which are related to women. For example, in corporate sector, there will be lots and lots of gender discrimination. Why? Why there is gender discrimination? Why men are preferred over men? Because if they are employing women, means they have to give maternity leave, and they have to give entitlements, health insurance, everything will be more for women. So there is gender discrimination. For men, there is no need of giving maternity leave, but there is a concept of paternity leave, but no one will be availing in India paternity leave. Okay, and also if they are going for delivery, they have to give again money, insurance. And next one is you have to know about female genital mutilation. It is very important concepts. So especially it is happening in some tribal groups, not in all societies, only in some tribal groups, especially in Africa they are going for that. And next one is you have to know about this triple talaq issue and women entry into place of worship. For example, recently Ayyappa temple verdict. So how many of you know about this Ayyappa, right? Yeah, you are from Karnataka, but it is from Kerala. So actually whether women can be entered into the temples or not. So that is the one issue you have to see. And next one is adultery. Adultery is no longer a crime now because of 377 section had been struck down by Supreme Court. So you have to know about what is adultery. And even what is the problem is in India, still there is preference for son, right? So because of that there is female feticide. If they know like in their fetus they are having female, they are going for abortions, female feticide. So you have to know what is that, why it is happening in India like that. And next one is surrogacy. Surrogacy is seen very highly in news because of lots of challenges in this surrogacy. Okay. And next one is women in panchayats, women participation in economy. And do you know about this Me Too movement? Me Too, that is reporting of sexual harassment. And next you have to know about laws which are present in India regarding maternity issues or anything, female feticide, and women in judiciary, and women regarding dowry, gender budgeting, etc. And last you will be focusing on this child related issues. For example, you have to read about child labor, child marriages, sexual exploitation of child, and also child trafficking, okay, and especially you have to focus on juvenile justice system. So what if a child who is doing crime, that will come under juvenile justice system, you have to know about that. And even you have to know about death for child rape and draft child protection policy and action plan for children. So all these are very important. So if you're not knowing these things, then studying of these will be waste. You have to know what is the remedy which is present. So what is the problem, what are the causes, what can be done, so what are the already the legal measures. So if you are becoming a district magistrate or IEPS officer, so what you are going to do. So all these things that you have to focus. Clear? Online students, any doubts? And next but not least, we have health and education. So you have to see how health sector is there. So different types of hospitals like primary, secondary and tertiary. So in every sector we are having their own advantages, their own disadvantages. You have to see those, and especially we are having some programs of elimination of TB, elimination of malaria. So in that things how India is performing. So what are the challenges there and what are the policies there. And in education we have recently National Education Policy of 2020, and you have to know that. And in health we have National Health Policy, you have to know that. Okay. And even we have to focus on one important thing is food fortification. Now we are going for food fortification. So food fortification is nothing but what are the food we are taking, we are adding some vitamins, minerals, etc. Especially government is providing some free food, right? For example, Anganwadi centers for children, for women, for example, pregnant women, lactating women. So how it is adding the things. So how the process is happening. That thing you have to know, both positives and negatives. And whenever any government scheme is provided, there will be some leakages. For example, government is giving 1 rupee, but only 15 pies will be reaching the beneficiary. So it is a thing which mainly said by one politician based on the data. So how can you reduce these leakages? Because you are going to be a civil servant, you have to know. So one solution is you can use ICT, Information Communication Technology, rather than using papers. And this one is Ayushman Bharat scheme. Okay, so whatever the new schemes coming up in education, health, you have to add it. Okay, so these are the things in your Indian society. Okay, that's it. Clear? Any doubts? Any doubts so far? Is that clear? You got some idea of what is there in Indian geography and society. And respect to faculty will be taking all those things. So my responsibility is to make you know about the micro listing and newspaper and also mains answer writing things. So today sir gave any questions, students? No? Take down the question. So which topics sir discussed? Vocabulary. Okay, come on, write the question. Manoj, why are you feeling like that? Wow, whether I have to write one more question. Every day it will happen, right? What is appreciation? What is appreciation? What is appreciation? And add a note on. Impact of appreciation on Indian economy. And add a note on impact of appreciation on Indian economy. Enough? Shall I give one more question? Are you ready, Manoj? So next, tell me the list of topics sir said. Yeah? Inflation. Okay, so what is inflation? And explain the causes of inflation. What is inflation and explain the causes of inflation? Enough, these two questions. Okay, done? So again tomorrow also same timings, 9 to 1:30 every day. On Sunday there will be no class, at least for economy, till economy is done. Any more doubts from today's class? No, right? So write answers tomorrow and get evaluated. Okay, you can leave. Thank you so much, guys.